USC star JuJu Watkins suffers season-ending knee injury in March Madness clash against Mississippi State. Los Angeles, California, USC Trojans sensational freshman JuJu Watkins has been ruled out for the remainder of the season after suffering a devastating knee injury during Monday night's NCAA Women's March Madness matchup against Mississippi State. The team confirmed the news on Tuesday, announcing that Watkins would undergo surgery followed by an extensive rehabilitation process. The injury incident: Watkins sustained the injury early in the first quarter while leading a fast break with just under 5 minutes left on the clock. As she drove to the basket, she became entangled with a Mississippi State player, immediately collapsing to the floor while clutching her right knee in visible agony. The crowd at the Galen Center fell silent as medical staff rushed to her aid. A foul was called on Mississippi State's Chandler Prater, but after a review, officials determined it was a common foul rather than a flagrant one, a decision that drew loud boos from USC fans, who continued expressing their frustration throughout the game. Watkins was eventually carried off the court without putting any weight on her injured knee. At the time of her exit, the Trojans were leading 13-2. Diagnosis and medical response: though the team has not officially confirmed the extent of the injury, ESPN's Shams Charania reported that Watkins suffered a torn anterior cruciate ligament, ACL, a significant setback for the rising star. ACL injuries typically require around 9 months of recovery, though some athletes have managed to return sooner. USC's athletic director, Jennifer Cohen, was seen leaving her seat to check on Watkins before she was later transported out of the Galen Center for further medical evaluation. According to ESPN's Holly Rowe, Watkins was likely sent to a nearby medical facility for an MRI, as the Galen Center does not have the necessary equipment for detailed imaging. USC players and coaches react: USC forward Kiki Iriafen, who stepped up with a dominant 36-point performance, addressed the emotional toll of losing Watkins but emphasized that the team would rally together. "She's a key piece for us. But we don't want to let her down. We don't want to let all of our fans down," Iriafen said in a post-game interview. "We're keeping our foot on the gas, trusting our coaches, and knowing we're more than capable of winning." Head coach Lindsay Gottlieb also shared her thoughts during the broadcast, expressing support for Watkins. "She's being looked at by our great medical team," Gottlieb said. "She gives this community and all of us so much, so we've got her back no matter what. We're staying focused on what we need to do to win, and we have confidence we can push forward." Watkins' previous injury scare: this wasn't Watkins' first injury concern during the tournament. In USC's opening round game against UNC Greensboro, she suffered a fall in the second quarter, injuring her wrist and fingers. Later in the game, she twisted her ankle on a drive to the basket, briefly exiting the court before returning to action. Who will replace Watkins? With Watkins sidelined, USC will rely on other key players to step up. Talia von Oelhoffen, a graduate transfer from Oregon State, is expected to take on primary ball handling duties. Freshman Kennedy Smith, who has been a vital contributor on both ends of the court, is also likely to see an expanded role. Additionally, Watkins' backup, Malia Samuels, remains in the rotation. Samuels had her own injury scare in the second quarter of Monday's game after taking a hard fall while attempting a layup. She appeared to hit her shoulder and head but later returned to the game after briefly heading to the locker room. Looking ahead, despite the heartbreaking loss of their star player, the Trojans are determined to press on in their NCAA tournament journey. With the leadership of Coach Gottlieb and strong performances from the remaining roster, USC hopes to keep its championship aspirations alive. This story will be updated as more information becomes available.